Okay. How long have you worked in the restaurant industry?
9 months.
Cool.
Wait, no, not nine. Sorry, a year and a half.
A year and a half. All right.
Yeah, 18 months. Sorry, I thought a year was 6 months. So I just did the math in my head, but that's wrong.
That's all right. Um, so when you first started, what kind of training methods were used? Like, did you learn on the job, or was there like a program before you started?
Most of it was learning on the job. There's like a few different instances in which I was like separately like shown something or like removed,
Okay,
like
what were those? Like, was
like how
there
to operate.
specific?
Yeah, like operating specific equipment, like how to operate the slicer and like the safety precautions and stuff involved. Most of it though, like if it was technical. All the stuff that was set aside was technical, and then the rest was what do you call it? But they just put you in the situation. You just learn.
Yeah, you're just like figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
immersive.
Immerse. Yeah, that's a good word. Have you ever trained anybody?
Um, yes, like not officially, like not anything technical, but
Yeah.
I've shown them like how to like prepare coffees or do chicken and stuff like that.
How do you do it? Do you like demonstrate and then they do it, or just talk them through it? Like, how do you go about
I
training someone?
usually I do both. Like I usually make it first. Like for example, the coffee, like I make it and then I walk them through it.
Cool.
So like I'll make a coffee and then I'll be like, all right, here are the steps, and then like obviously I watch as they do it,
Mm-hmm.
and then just correct if necessary. But most of the time, it's a pretty straightforward task.
Is there anything you would change or improve about training somebody or getting involved in the restaurant industry? Is there anything you want to change or improve?
For like my specific experience or the restaurant industry as like a whole.
Both. So, like, start at your experience and then work your way out.
For me personally, I would include like some of the training is like when it's like the technical stuff, or like even some of like the slightly less technical stuff. They don't include like the personal aspect, because like people like make coffees in different ways, or just like little tips. Like obviously for like certain coffees, right? Like you use the espresso and you pour it into like the latte. So there's like the steps will be like prepare the milk and prepare the coffee, but like you're not supposed to pour the coffee until after the milk's done and stuff like that. Just like little things that like you just know, but like aren't part of the official protocol, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess that would probably be for the entire restaurant industry, but I've only worked at the one, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
kind
all
of hard
right.
to like not make it outside of personal.
All right. Really important question. Are there any like tips or advice that were given to you that you found very memorable that have like stuck with you since like day one?
Probably just like acknowledge people, even if you can't like help them right in that moment. Like if you're doing something that you can't step away from, just be like, "Oh, I'll be with you in just one moment," because people don't like it when they think you're ignoring them. Like even if you spend like 10 minutes like slicing meat, like I can't like step away from the slicer.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm serving someone else, like I just let the other person know. I'll be like, "Oh, I'll be with you as soon as I finish serving this other person."
Yeah, so they don't
So I try to do
feel.
that like all the time. And, like that's what I tell other people as well, and that's what I've been told that like that's something they really hammer into our heads, because it's service
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
cool. Um, do you think and do you find that other staff members, that it's easier for other staff members like to talk to you or to somebody on like the same level as you instead of like a manager or an owner?
Yeah, definitely. Like even the other day, like other people were like asking me questions, and I just feel like there's less stress because I'm not like the person who hired them.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of like what I said before with like the little tips that aren't official protocol, some of them are like not exactly like because they're not protocol, like you feel like you shouldn't be doing them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like obviously there's like certain stuff when people are like make sure that it's like done exactly like this, but like no one actually does it that way. Like a manager's not going to tell you like don't do it like by the book, right? Because that's how they train you, is by the book.
Yeah.
But like I'll be like, all right, honestly, like you don't have to do it like this, just do it like that. It's easier and you get the same result.
Yeah.
But like obviously I wouldn't say that like to a manager. Like other people when I got hired, they did the same thing for me. You know what I mean? They're like, don't tell the manager I told you to do it this way, but like this is the way everyone does it.
Awesome. Um, what have you learned about yourself since you started serving?
Uh,
So there's like okay. It's like a two-part question. So what have you learned about yourself?
uh,
And are there like any habits that you picked up from work? Like for example, if you go out with like your friends or your family or with Holly, like do you organize the plates a certain way to make it easier for the other servers, or what is
yeah,
some
like
stuff that has affected you from your
I
job?
don't put like garbage in like cups and stuff like that. Like people put sugar packets in coffee because I know it's like just really annoying to take out because once they get wet, they stick to the cup.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like basically just organizing the table when you're done eating to like put all the garbage like separate and like put the plates on top of each other, which I know it seems kind of dumb, but like some people just don't do it. Like some people would stack their plates on top of each other because like obviously that's what I'm going to have to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like other people will just like ignore that type of stuff. So that's just in terms of like I feel empathetic towards the servers, so I know like the best way or the easy to make it easiest for them. And then besides that, I think it's changed my like personality in terms of just socializing with strangers. Like I'll use my like customer voice even when I'm being served. Like you know what I mean?
Wait, can I have an example of it?
Like I don't know. Like you obviously when you're serving people, like you'll be like, "All right, have a great day." Like I'll say that to like the cashier. Like even though I'm the customer now, like thanks, have a great day. I don't know, like walking away with my receipt. Like you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah. um,
Or just like make things, I guess, easier. Like as if I'm a server, like being served by another server. Like I try to like if I go out, I try to like know like if it's like comes with your choice of this, or this, I'll be like I'm just gonna say everything all at once. So they don't have to ask me like 4 questions.
okay.
Like people will be like, "Can I get a whole chicken?" I'm like, "Do you want any sauce on it or on the side?" And they're like, "On the side." I'm like, "Okay, well, which one? Hot, medium, or mild?" You know what I mean? They're like, "I want a quarter chicken dinner." So I'm like, "Do you want white meat or dark meat? What do you want for the sides? Do you want sauce on it or on the side? What kind of side?" And that's like 4 more questions. So like if there's something like that, I'll be like, "I want X with X and this and this and this." And it just seems like it goes by easier.
Yeah. Um, do you think it's like easier to talk to somebody who is like actual serving experience, and like do you compare and contrast your experiences with theirs, and like do you list like pros and cons, like I had a really great thing here and this is what I did, and then this other person would be like this is really shitty but this is how I fixed it.
Oh, like someone with a similar job?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, kind of. I feel like the pros aren't really as much there. It's like mostly just talking with. I guess it's different because most of the people I talk to are my coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a similar experience because we're all in the same restaurant. Whereas like other people who are servers, like they do like tips differently and just operates differently when it's a chain restaurant versus like we don't have hostesses. You know, it's like the person who's like, please wait to be seated, and then be like, oh, did you want the booth? Or like people just walk in and like whoever's there just serves them. Like you know what I mean? It's not really
Yeah, it's not
like a set job. So I feel like I understand a bit what it's like for someone who like serves at like Chuck's or like Crappy Joe's or like a chain restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
But like their job is also a lot different than mine. Like they don't have to prepare food or anything. So I guess that's one of like the cons of this specific one is that I have to like do multiple things. But
Okay. Would you think it'd be easier if there was someone that prepared the food and then you were just like
just the server, yeah.
Yeah. What was it called? Like where you work? It's a small place, right?
Yeah.
It's not that big.
We have like I think well now we have a decent bit, but like for most of the year we had less than 10 employees.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. I think that's all my questions.
Because of COVID and stuff, there's only 4 tables inside, so.
Yeah, so then that's a lot less work for you or for other people.
Yeah, but before I think there was 6 or something.